That's the most common question I get. And so what we have done is we have scoured the internet to try to find as many answers as possible. So if you order our funding guide online, you'll find scholarships and fellowships. It's definitely not a magic answer. And I think you should definitely do your own research, because you know that Google algorithm, it knows who we are when we do the search, and it also knows who you are. And so it might find different answers for you. But I also want to emphasize that our programs are often shorter than other master's programs. And so you have to take that into consideration. So if you know, you can do some of our master's programs in 1 year, whereas at other schools, they would take 2 years. And so think about how long you're paying tuition for, and also think about how far your dollars go. Baltimore has a pretty good cost of living compared to some other big cities around the United States. And so your dollar will go further here. So we do have some degrees that are offered online, and it just depends. So what I recommend is you can take the Which Masters is Right for You quiz, and you can see which ones are offered online, which ones are offered both, either online or in person, and you can decide which is right for you. And I'm always willing to chat with you about that as well. Yes, we have fantastic offices. Hopkins has really put some increased investments toward career and professional development. So our department spans 2 different campuses, and at one campus it's called Life Design, and so it's how do you design the life that you want to lead. But both campuses have great careers offices that have office hours where you can pop in. They have resume review options. They have interview practices. And actually, we have quarterly meetings with all of our master's students in the department. And during those quarterly meetings, we have people from the careers office come in and meet with our students to talk with them about how do I plan out my career? What am I going to do when I graduate? And so we try to hold your hand a little bit and guide you through figuring out what type of job is right for me. And then, you know, how do I get that job before I graduate? So, I mean, Johns Hopkins is the first research university in the United States. We get the most research dollars of any other university in the United States. Research is the bread and butter here. And so pretty much everybody at Hopkins does research. There are plenty of research-oriented positions on the student job board. You can reach out to, you know, if you're in a lecture or you have a class and you really like the work that the faculty member is doing, highly encourage you to set up a meeting to talk with them about their research and see if they have any opportunities for you, because sometimes they're not even posted on the job board. And, you know, sort of that informal networking is a way that a lot of our students end up doing research. So our grads tend to work in 4 different types of positions. So the first I would say is like the nonprofit sector. So working for maybe something like the Sierra Club or Natural Resources Defense Council, or the Children's Environmental Health Network. There's lots of nonprofits that work in environmental health and engineering, and that is a common place for our grads to go. The second type of job that I often think of our grads going on to do is academics. So some of them actually stay here and work and do research. Some go on to more academic careers where maybe they pursue a PhD or an MD or something else along those lines. I kind of think of that as an academic job, even though it's not a job. The third type of position that our students often go on to is to work in government. So maybe for the Maryland Department of Environment or the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or maybe the World Health Organization or a local Ministry of Health. There's a lot of our graduates who work in actually administering environmental and public health programs. And then the last area where our grads tend to go is into industry, working in the private sector, whether they're doing very, environmental engineering focused jobs, or whether they're doing consulting work for big companies like chemical companies, or cleanup, or a lot of sustainability jobs. That's something that we're seeing a real increase in. And also a lot of sort of industrial hygiene, occupational health type work. So one of the coolest things about the Department of Environmental Health and Engineering is that we span the School of Public Health and the School of Engineering. And so that really opens up a lot of doors for our students. It means that if you're somebody who wants to be an engineer, but you also want to understand the public health implications of what you're doing, you can take classes at the School of Public Health. In fact, you can even have an advisor at the School of Public Health, and you get to interact with all of the faculty and all of the students at the School of Public Health. And the same goes for the other direction, for School of Public Health students that are interested in understanding more about the practical problem-solving approaches of engineering and the systems thinking and the dynamics. You're always welcome to cross disciplines, and that's really part of who we are as a department.